Welcome to a quick demonstration of how to use Notion to create a content tracking database. This is what Notion looks like when you first get started, and there's some quick help items in the sidebar, and you can look at those at your leisure. What I'm going to do is create a new page, and what I want to do is create a page to hold our database that we're about to create. So I'm going to call this data. And this is just to hold that. So all my databases will go into this page. So I want to create my first database. I click the plus button. And I'm going to call this database Content Tracker. And under database, I'm going to select table. And it's created a Content Tracker table. It has a couple of rows already for us and a couple of columns. Let's make the first column a little smaller. And for now, we don't need tags. So let's delete that column. So I clicked on it, click delete, just click the heading and then click delete. And for the rows, I'm going to click on these 6 little dots and click delete. And I'm going to do that 3 times, once for each row. Okay, now our database is really just a table, a content tracker table, and we want a few extra columns. First one I can think of is we want to add date. And let's make this type date. Okay, let's make that a bit smaller because we're going to add a few more. Okay, we want to track one of the sources of where you can get the articles from. In this case, I want to see if it's posted on Medium. And we're going to use the checkbox, so it can either be checked or unchecked to know whether it is posted onto Medium. And we want one more column for whether it's on our website. Let's give that a checkbox as well. And just go back in and give it a question mark to make it match Medium. Okay. And for demonstration purposes, I'm going to add an image column. And to do an image, you select Files and Media. And that can be an image that's associated with the article. And finally, I want a link to the article. And that is a type of URL. Okay. I think a couple of these are going to need to be a little bigger. Maybe a link needs to be a little bigger. Okay. So we have our columns in our table. Let's create a few rows. Let's say we publish this on the 10th. Let's give it a default image, just a sample one from my iPad. Let's pick the Mandalorian. I was creating a TV and movie database. Let's give it a fake address. And let's say we get this only on our website. Okay, so this is a row in the table. So the row is Hello World, and the table is Content Tracker. So to get back to the table, we can click on this breadcrumb here where it says Content Tracker, and we can click here where it says Content Tracker. So let's click on the breadcrumb, and there we are. And we can see we've added our first row. So we're going to add 3 more rows. Let's have a Medium article, and we'll give it date of the 14th. We'll pick a different image. Let's pick one I have. Let's pick Letterkenny. Notice it shows up there. We can give this another fake address. And this one only went to Medium. And again, we can go back to the table by clicking on the breadcrumbs or over here on the sidebar. Okay, let's do new article. And let's give this the date of the 11th and a different image. Let's see what I have. Spider-Man. Okay. And let's make this one go to both of those, and we can give this an address. And I go back over here. And one more. And give this another date. Well, maybe this is the date we're going to publish. You can make this date mean whatever you want. Let's pick another image. So it could be a published date, it could be a written date, whatever you wanted to make it do. Let's pick Wonder Woman for this. And put a fake link in again. And I'm going to click neither of those. So let's go back to our table. Okay, we have a table. It has some data in it, and we can see all that. So, first thing we notice is the dates are out of order. So we have a view. This is our default view before we add any extra views. So in our default view, what we want to do is sort. And we want to sort not by name, but by date. And we can do ascending. We can choose descending if we wanted. In this case, we still want ascending. And then we just click done. We can do multiple sorts if we wanted, but for our purposes, clicking on date sort is all we need to do. Okay, now we have this image, so I wonder, let's create a different view, and let's just have a gallery view. So we create that. It's not much of a gallery yet. It doesn't know which of our properties in our table we want to use as the image. So for the view, what we have to do is click on Properties and change the cover to image. So again, that was Card Preview, and I click the image column from our table. Now, it doesn't look like the content fits very well. Let's see. Yeah, you can't see a lot of it. So what we can do, go back to Properties and click on Fit Image. Okay, and perhaps we want to show the link. So what we have now is the name is visible, and maybe we also want to show the link. So now you can see we have a gallery with all the links. And if we clicked on them, it would take us to that website. So we have two views now. We had the default view that we created, and now a gallery view. And we can go back to the default view, and that's our table view. Maybe that's how we want to enter in new articles. So that's our source database. What we want to do now is create a dashboard so we can view different views on that database. Maybe we want to see just the Medium articles, maybe just the website articles, and maybe we want to see which articles that we need to publish, so the unpublished articles. So to create a dashboard, what I would do is outside of data, I would add a new page. And we could call this Content Dashboard. And this isn't a table, so we don't want to create that. We just want to create a blank page. So we just click in an empty area. We want to create a heading so that we can say this is the Medium articles. So let's do that. To create a heading, we type a / and type in the word heading. You can see that it has a few suggestions. And we can create a heading 1. And we can call this Published Medium Articles and press enter. Now what we want to do is create a view on that database that we created earlier. So let's do linked. So now this is going to link to that table. So any changes we make will be made in the source database. So let's click that. And we get to pick the database. And we pick the one we just created. Now notice the date is not in order because this view is new and isn't associated with the other view we created. So the dates are out of order. We can fix that by clicking on Sort for this view, adding a sort, picking date, and clicking Done. Now they're in order. You also notice there's some extra space over on the left. We can change that. These three little dots in the right hand corner, we click on that and we can click on full width and we get some more space back. In addition, there's these three stripes, these three lines at the top near the sidebar. We can click on those and that brings the sidebar in and out. So that gives us more room. So we're listing the published Medium articles. So let's see, we have all the articles right now. So we need to filter out articles that don't have this check. So let's see how we do that. So for this view, we can click on Filter. And we want to add a filter. And we want to filter based on whether it's on Medium. So that's the column we pick. So we want all the articles that have Medium checked. And that's all we need to do. We click Done. Now the two articles that have Medium checked are shown in order of the date they were published. And that's it. So now we might want to create a list of the published website articles. So to do that, we do / again, start typing heading, click the first heading and call this published website articles. And press enter. We want another link to the same database, so type in /linked, click this, and pick the same database. Now there's again a different view on the same data. We need to do the sort again like we did before. So I'm going to come into sort, add a sort for the date, ascending, all good there. And now we want to only show rows where the website is checked. And that's that. So you may notice on each of these two views, we have columns for website and Medium. We don't need those in this case. So we click on the header for the column. So here, click on that and click hide. And do the same thing for the website. Now let's say we hit it and we decided we want it back. So to add it back, we come up to the view, go to properties, and now we could say, okay, oh, a Medium, yeah, I really actually wanted that. So again, but this way we can hide it. Let's hide these two because we don't need those. And let's say, for the sake of argument, the website articles, we want to see that as images. So we might want to add a gallery view like we did before. So we create a gallery view. Now notice, all of the articles came back because now it's a different view. We have to filter again, just like we did before. Website is checked. So now we get to see only those. And now the images aren't showing, so let's add those back in by going to Properties for the view, changing Card Preview to Image. Okay. I'm going to leave them as full size for the purposes of this. Okay, our last section we want to add. Type in / and heading, and let's call this unpublished. And we want to use the link database again. We can create as many links for useful views as we want. We pick the same database, comes back with all 4 articles. We're going to sort again, just like we did the previous times, by date, ascending. And we're going to filter, and the filter's a little bit different this time. We want to filter out where the Medium is not checked. So that's that. and when the website is not checked. So we did 2 different filters, and when you combine those, you can see you only get articles where it's not published. Now let's say an unfinished story, we can click on putting it on Medium. Now it's gone because it's now been published. It updates real time and is now up here under Medium articles. If we go in to unfinished story, uncheck that, go back to the view, we can see in unpublished, it's back again. And we could do the same thing. We could put website, and you can see it shows up here. And then the article shows up there. And we can click this, uncheck that, click the back button, and it's back into unpublished. So all of these views use the same table and are connected and update in real time. One thing that's nice to add is an icon. We can add a pen icon for this. Let's add a cover image. And we can use Unsplash. Makes this very easy to do. And let's see that up here. So that looks nice. And then bring back the sidebar. So you can see we have the content dashboard. It has an icon in here, so you can see that. That's kind of nice. For data, let's add an icon for filing cabinet. And for content tracker, maybe we want the books for that. One thing I want to show you though is Notion is very flexible. Let's say we change the name of this table. Now if we come over to the content dashboard, it updated the name in every single place. So nothing broke because we did that. And we can come back and we decide we change the name back. You can see that again it changed the name. You can see each of the 3 sections here. You can see that each one is its own page if you want to look at it that way, or they're all shown at once in one dashboard, so you can see it all in one place. And you can change these so that you can see more. Maybe you don't want the image on this one. Maybe you still want these so you can check them when you've published it. Okay. And that's it. That's how we create a simple dashboard to track content across 2 different places, Medium and a website. And we can look at them in different ways using a single database. And that's it. Thanks for watching.